welcome to the stream. We are in the Achilles Halo sector of the galaxy. Let's show you where that is on the map. Right, okay, we've got the map up now. Right, so yeah, we are just about here. We are heading towards the westernmost point in the galaxy, which is here, and then we'll go onto this fleet carrier here before continuing around a spiral arm towards the centre, and we'll stop at Colonia when we get there. We have landed on a planet. There are 6 forms of life on this planet. I've already scanned 2. They were shrubs and cactuses. And we are looking at the 3rd one, which is stratum, right in front of us. So let's not set the name of the stream yet. Okay, let's get out and scan the first plant. I have a in Twitch. I have an exclamation mark next to the number of views. I'm not quite sure what that means. Right, so we have a nice sunset. Where's the ship? The ship should be. Oh, there it is, just over there. Right, so scan the plant. Right, okay. I'll just be back in a second. Right, okay, I'm back. So let's go back into the game. Right, so yeah, just scanned that. Only I think we did we? Yeah, we must have done insufficient genetic diversity. Yeah, so I scanned 2 things on this planet. There are 6. This is the beginning of the 3rd one. So we need to scan 3 of each one. Let's go and find some more. Something over there. What's that? Is that just a stone? Or another kind of plant? Yeah, quite often night vision is very good at finding plants. Much better than the actual plant scanner. Still not sure if it's a stone or a plant. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, it's just a stone. I'm not sure what to do with the lighting. I mean, it's made it a lot harder to find some things. So basically we're looking for stratum, which basically looks like rocks with a brain pattern on it. And night vision is not very good at distinguishing between the two. There we go. So I can actually distinguish between rocks and stratum with the headlights, but the headlights make the background go very dark. Right, so I didn't see what this was last time. I suspect it's peerless green or lime. Also tectonics lime. Stratum tectonics lime. Yeah, so I'm back in the purple SRB. It's been a long time since I've been to a fleet carrier. Probably about a month now. And I have gone quite a long way. I did have a bit of a crash into a planet I managed to repair, but nothing damaged that couldn't be repaired. There's some more there. I'm not sure if that's far enough. Yeah, it was mainly hull damage, so a few limpets sorted that out. As the sun has nearly totally set, did I get a screenshot on this planet? Yes, I did. Well, I've never seen it so dark, but I've never seen it so bright. sun is still quite high up in the sky there. Alright, let's get back in the ship, fly up into low orbit and choose something else on the map. It's getting too dark to find things here at the moment, and we'll go and find somewhere a bit lighter.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Right, I'm just going to mute myself for a second, my headphone. Right, hopefully that's working again. Right, so yeah, my headphones cable were getting a bit close, so let's just do an audio check. Headphones cable were getting a bit close, so let's just do an audio check. Yeah, so I can actually move my head now because I've got a little bit more room on my headphones cable. Right, okay.
Frame shift drive charging.
Up into a low orbit. Right, okay.
Frame shift drive. 3, 2, 1. Engage. And let's choose something else. So we've done cactoidea. Yeah, we've done cactoidea. Fungoids. All right, we haven't done fungoids. We've done stratum. We've done fractexia. Right, so it looks like fungoids and tussock are in the same place. So let's do fungoida. These look like they're growing in mountainous regions. Oh, not too bad. Right, it's a nice plane there. I'll go and land on that. I still didn't get much closer to the daylight, but I've got a feeling it's not. I mean, it's quite big in the sky, but I've got a feeling it's not a terribly bright star. Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, so I've had to refuel both SRVs at least once since I was last at Fleet Carrier. Normally I can get between fleet carriers without having to refuel.
No gravity warning.
Oh, we've got tussock straight away. So let's disembark and scan the tussock. What kind is it? Catena Emerald. Tussock. Catena. I've only had Catena Lime before, so that's a new one. and I suspect that stuff over there is the fungoida that we're looking for. Well, I can't quite tell what it is from here. Had a look on the codex when I first started exploring this sector. There was nothing in the codex that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, so that's the fungoida. Looks like gold. Right, so we'll come back to the ship later to pick that up. So let's get some of this tussock. So with the tussock and the fungoida, that will be 5 of the 6 things on the planet. The 5th one will be bacteria, which I'm quite happy to miss unless I see any on the way. I'm trying to find bacteria in this light's almost impossible, because bacteria doesn't show up on night vision, which means you have to be close enough to see it with the headlights. Tussock completed. Right, so we can actually see the fungoida from quite a long way, so we can see 3 patches over there. And I think you have to go 500 meters between patches. Right, where is it? Fungoida, it's 300 meters. So maybe those 3 patches are far enough away from each other that they'll do. Alright, so let's go to this one over here. I couldn't see any of that at all when the symbols in front of us. So we're going the furthest point from all the others, which is probably where are the others? Yeah, it's probably this little one here. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's gold, probably, or orange. No, peach. Gold or peach. Gold. Alright, so we'll now go and pick one. I'll start by getting one at the close end of that next patch. And if that's not far enough, we'll go to the other end to where 300 meters from this one. Didn't quite get the speed up there. Clear this patch. Not sure if I did or not. There we go. see if this one's far enough away. Yes, it is. That's good. Alright, two of those. Oh, we're going to get that last patch, which again is hopefully 300 meters away. Yes, it is. Right, that is the easiest sample of fungoid that I've ever had. They normally are a bitch to find after the first one. But that is close, and see all three from the same location. Right, so that is this planet done. Alright, there were two more planets in this system with atmospheres, which I'm pretty sure didn't have life on, but I'm just going to recheck those before we leave. Yeah, so get up into low atmosphere, or out the atmosphere, and just check the others, just to make sure that they are don't have life on them.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Yeah, sometimes I can spend hours trying to find a set of fungoida. Did that in 10 minutes.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Let's turn on the frame rate to see what sort of frames we're getting. 40, 45. Not brilliant, but we are streaming, so that does normally about half the frame rate that I get. Right, so we'll pick the planets from the system map, point at them. So yeah, we've done that one. We found a water world up here. So we've done that one, and there's this one and this one which could possibly have life on. I'm pretty sure they don't. I just want to double check before we leave. I need to scan the system again. Oh, actually, there was a planet. Yeah, there was one planet that I couldn't scan because it was behind the sun when we got here. I can't remember if it was 8. Oh, it's not that one. No, so it's not those. Right, let's go and see if we can find that other planet. I imagine it, because there's 2 stars, I imagine it's going to be around star A. Oh, looks like there's more than 2 stars. Is it along here? There it is, star A. I'll kick myself if these have life on because they're miles away. It took me about 10 minutes to get to this star. Yeah, right, so that's that planet. Let's go and check the other one, which is this one. It was a very red thing I saw over there. What was it? Oh, it was just a galaxy and the hood interacting to make it look extra red. Right. Pretty colour, but no life. Right, so to the galaxy map then. Now I've plotted in a route which took us pretty close to the edge of the sector. We're still not at the point where I can plot long routes because the stars are too far apart. But I managed to plot a route
Frame shift
25
drive
jumps
charging.
in, and I'm sorry, about halfway through those jumps.
Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right, so we've got 9 bodies in this system. We're only going to stop if we see an Earth-like world, an ammonia world, or a water world, which are in this range here. So I'll just put that on there, so that if we see anything to the right of that line, then we know there's a pretty good chance it's something we're looking for.
Cannot comply.
Right, so this star we want to go to next is currently behind this
Frame
one.
shift drive charging.
There we go.
Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
And we have a water world. I've found quite a lot of water worlds in this sector. I've actually quite a lot of life as well compared to some sectors, considering this is a very small sector and the stars are relatively far apart, right on the edge of the galaxy. Virtually none of this sector is like thick with stars. I have found a lot of life here. More life there. Alright, so we have one biological signal on there. One biological is normally just
System scan.
bacteria. But if it's just bacteria, I will just ignore it, but I'll go over there and scan the planet, and I'll go and scan the water world, and then we'll continue. I should check to see if the water world's closer. No, so looks like that's probably the water world. Yeah, that's the water world. It is a candidate for terraforming, which means it's going to be worth a lot of money. So that'll be worth 3 million. Right, so what does that exclamation mark mean there? Where I'm going. Right, okay, that's just a warning that they're going to get rid of the number of views stat in Twitch, so that's nothing I need to worry about. Although that has only just hit 500, so that's a little bit of a milestone. Right, so let's see what kind of life's on this planet.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Is just bacteria, so I am not bothered about that. It's really hard to find bacteria, so I will just go straight onto the water world, scan that, and then we'll be out of this system. My avatar seems to have stopped. Let's see if we can fix that. General. No. Oh, it seems to actually be my webcam that's frozen. Right, let's just turn it off and back on again. go. It's working again. Right, yeah, I can move my neck again now. That's better. Right, so yeah, we'll just scan this water world. Can't land on water worlds, so we won't be landing, just scanning it. It would be nice if we had an SSRV, a subsurface reconnaissance vehicle, so we could go and land on water planets and
Surface
see
scan
what's
by
underneath
50%.
under the water, or even a some kind of boat.
Surface scan
Hopefully that will
complete.
come in the long distance future. Elite haven't actually mentioned anything about what's coming up, I don't think, after the update 11, which was a couple of weeks ago now.
Frame shift drive charging.
So it must have been about 3 weeks ago, because they've done 3 streams since they came back. And I still haven't been to a fleet carrier since update 11, so I've not got to walk around a fleet carrier yet. It's going to be a good few months before I get to walk around mine and see what it actually looks like from the bridge.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
And we have another water world. I found it straight away. And another 33 objects in this system. Right, so we're looking for signs of biology on there, and that becomes in the features. And those 2 planets have got no features. And here is that one. Yeah, so what we're doing now is we're actually sort of interpreting the data from when we scan the system, which is something you have to do manually now. When Elite first came out, this was done for you, but now you get more money for doing it, so it's a little bit more involved. Before, all you had to do was honk and then collect the data and you were off, and it used to show you all the planets. Without having to do this, but now we have to go through and do it manually. But we are getting more money for doing that. So binary star. So these are the planets around the secondary star. Geology on that one. Not interested in the geology. Or geology. Yeah, lots of geology on these. That was an asteroid cluster, so that's why I got loads all in one hit. more here, none there. Right, so that's that secondary star done. Right, so we've got at least one there behind the star. Right, so the only one we haven't done is the one behind the star. Right, so I didn't see any biology there. Let's have another quick look. Just yeah, right, so off to this water world, which I think is that one. Again, that's another candidate for terraforming. It's not been scanned before, and we'll scan, there's another planet just here. So we'll scan that when we get there, because we can't do it from here, because at the moment it's behind the sun. So we should be able to scan the planet from there. That's one on the front.
Surface scan by
Three on the back.
50%. Surface scan complete.
Right, so let's scan that that other planet. There it is.
System scan complete.
And nothing on that one. Right, so off to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
Right, so nothing in this system.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Nothing in that system. How many jumps before? 3 jumps before we're going to need to plot a new route.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
Again, this system's been visited previously. 14 bodies. None we're interested in.
Frameshift drive
They've all
charging.
previously been scanned.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete.
Right, so that said systems can complete, so that means
Fuel
there are no
scoping
planets
complete.
in this system because we've not scanned any planets individually. And the next jump's a short one. So
Frameshift drive
go.
charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Right, just refueled. Probably shouldn't have done that, but yeah. So doesn't look like I've got anything in this system apart from there's another water world. Okay, let's scan that. So it looks like the water world is around the secondary star. There it is. So we've got that as our destination. And scan the other planets. On that. And that's the
System scan
last one.
complete.
Right, so just the water world. See how far away it is. 18,000 light seconds. So while we're on the way over there, it will give us a chance to plot a new route. Right, so yeah, so where we're heading for is around here, which means we want to follow this line pretty much straight up. But I suspect, yeah, let's just see if we can plot a route now to the edge of the sector, which should be around here. So yeah, we've done that. So 600 light years, 12 jumps. Yeah, that's good. Right, so that means we can probably go a little bit further. Let's see if we can actually plot one to roughly where we want to go to. So I'm just comparing this with the live data map. Actually, I know where the next fleet carrier is, so let's plot that. It is just before the next fleet carrier. So copy the name. The next fleet carrier is in this system. Right. So if we go to there, then we go across just a little bit and down. I don't know. Right, can we plot somewhere there? That's looking good. No, that's too far. Let's go back in from the edge a little bit, give us a better chance of having a large amount of stars nearby. It's 4,000 light years. Should be able to plot 4,000 light years. Yeah. Right. So that's 69 jumps. Gets us pretty close to where we're going. Actually, let's probably. Alright, so that is going to be a little bit more over there if it can do. Maybe a little bit this way. No, can't plot to there. Let's try there. Yeah. Alright. As that last one is doubling back, we'll just go to that one. Right, okay. That's our route plotted in. Now we'll go back to the system and reselect the water world we were heading towards. Yeah, so just slowing down for this planet now. If you're only going to scan the planet and you're not trying to stop there, then you can if you go close to it, it will slow you down, and then you can scan it from the side. That's the impacts on the other side.
Surface scan by 50%.
1% short. Right on the. Let's get problems scanning planets from close to. Right, so there it goes around the back of the planet, and that should do it.
Surface scan complete.
Right, so select the next system. Yeah, so again, if we look over here, see how close we are to the edge of the galaxy. There is absolutely nothing in view there, or maybe 1 or 2 stars. And as we turn all the way around, so there's the planet I was just looking at, and there's the galaxy. The galaxy should be somewhere over there too. Oh, there's another galaxy there, and there's our galaxy. Edge on. Right, so
Frameshift drive charging.
Next one. It's got a different naming convention. UAE. Dry owl.
Engage.
Berry. Someone's joined me. Welcome to the stream.
Fuel
We are touring the galaxy. We are in the what's it called now? The Aquila's sector of the galaxy, which is the tip of the western spiral arm, and we are now heading towards the westernmost point in the galaxy, which, if you're familiar with Elite, that was the destination, I believe, of the Distant Worlds 2 expedition. So yeah, I'm going to head over to there. There's a fleet carrier near there.
2, 1,
I don't think we'll be getting there today. It's probably 2 hours away. But we'll see how we do. Oh, nice solar flares. Don't often see solar flares on a white
Fuel
star.
scoping complete. System scan complete.
Right, so that said system scan complete, so there are only stars in this system. So we'll just jump straight off to the next system as soon as we've cooled down.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so if you play Elite, the galaxy is it's about
3, 2,
it's probably about
engage.
80,000 light years wide. Sounds about right. I know the furthest star from Sol is about 60,000 light years, and Sol is about
Fuel scoping.
20,000 light years from the edge. So that's about the size. Yeah, and we are travelling the whole galaxy, following each spiral arm. There are 4 spiral arms in the galaxy. We're following them the full length. I
Frameshift drive
am
charging.
2 spiral arms down and just starting on the 3rd one. So yeah, I started back in July last year on this tour. It's the 2nd tour of the galaxy I've done. This is by far the biggest.
2, 1. Engage.
The last time I did travel to every sector in the galaxy, but I was only after finding one form of biological life in each sector. So this time I'm following all the spiral arms, the full length, and
Fuel
going to
scoping.
all the fleet carriers in the deep space support array. Right,
Fuel
so
scoping complete.
nothing in that system. Let me. Right.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete.
Right, so there's only one body, so no need to scan the
Frameshift
system.
drive charging.
Right, so I've got to keep an eye out for the next system, which we're going back into the void, I think.
3, 2.
Not the next system, the next sector.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Now we have a water world. Judging by that signature, it's probably a water giant. So again, this system, it looks like it's been scanned and mapped before, or at least some of the planets have been mapped. Right, so that is quite a large gas giant. They normally have a few moons. So let's see. Yep, there we go. There's one. There's a few more there as well. Let's see if we can find it. 2. These are probably moons of it as well. Geology on that one. Right. So yeah, that's the water world. It is just a normal water world. It's not a water giant. As we're getting onto the big side though, because we're getting a slightly different signature to the normal water worlds.
System scan complete.
Right, so let's go and let's go and scan the water world. Where is it? Right, so this isn't a candidate for terraforming, so that means it's about 1.5 million. Right, so yeah, this is water world with a ring system. It's normally best to scan a planet with a ring system from the edge of the rings. That way the rings don't get in the way of the probes. So we just go onto the edge of the rings like that. Down a little bit more. That's close enough. Right, and then we've got to try and hit the rings as well.
Surface scan complete. Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
I'll just go up and make sure there's not two rings. Can't tell if that's another ring or not. Let's just launch one anyway. Yeah, there's another ring.
Surface scan complete.
Right, off to the next
Frameshift drive
system.
charging.
So we're still in the Aquila's halo. Gotta be getting pretty close to the edge of that by now.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. System scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping.
Right,
Fuel
bodies in
scoping
the system.
complete.
They are all small.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, the temperature's getting a little bit high there. Still a little bit too close to the sun.
Frameshift drive charging.
Try and wait for the temperature to be below 50% before we. Sorry, below 60% before we turn on
4,
Super
3,
Cruise.
2, 1. Engage.
Frame shift drive, actually, not Super Cruise.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Oh, better
Fuel
good
scoping.
refuel here. Get a bit of fuel.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Okay, nothing in that system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, that we're in the void now. I missed the announcement in there saying going into the void, but we are now in the void.
Four,
So,
three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
right, so that is a rocky world. Leave that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I did travel quite a long way through the void on the way to Aquila's Halo. Didn't find very much there.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so 60 jumps to the target destination. Oh, right, no, stop. Let's have a look at the codex and the maps to see if there's anything in the in this sector we want to actually go and visit. Right, so let's first look at the map. Alright, so this is the Elite Dangerous Astrometrics map we're going to look at. Right, so yeah, so this is the Elite Dangerous Astrometrics map, the live data. So yeah, this map shows the heat map. If we scroll in a little bit so we can see past the fleet carriers. Yeah, so these are the systems that are visited heavily. So there's a huge, as you'd expect, a huge line between Colonia and the bubble, and a huge line from Colonia to the centre of the galaxy, and another huge line from the centre of the galaxy back to the bubble, and quite a large line from the centre of the galaxy all the way up to Beagle Point. Not quite sure why it sort of fades out around there, never worked that out. But yeah, we are over here. So we're on that sector there, but I'm going to check out what's in the whole of this sector. So we're going to turn on so let's turn on oh, I've not seen that one before. Oh, that's new. I haven't. Right, so that is a map of how dense the stars are. So yeah, yeah, I know for a fact that around there it's not very dense. It's really hard to get across there. Right, so that's a star density map. That is very useful. Yeah, so we've just come out of this sector here, which you can see is mostly red, and that is why I have to use frameshift drive injections so much during in that sector. And it looks like it's very thin over there. We're not going to be going that close to the edge, so as soon as we come from here we're going to get to this fleet carrier and we'll be going along these fleet carriers. I believe some of these purple ones are currently probably on the way back to the bubble or to Colonia to get the new modules fitted for Odyssey. Right, so that's new on this map, not seen that before. Right, so we don't need... Bodies scanned. Oh, okay, this one shows bodies scanned. And, yeah, so we can see, yeah, this is... Yeah, so a lot of activity around Beagle Point. And all the routes all around. So there's a big gap there, and there's a gap there where that's around the Witch Head Nebula, which is currently largely permit locked. Looks like somebody went out in a fleet carrier and did a huge area around there. Oh, that is the fleet carrier, so yeah. And oh, this isn't as heavily mapped as I thought it would be. But we are heading for that star just there. Right, let's see what's in there. Let's put that back to the normal heat map. Oh, that's the galaxy map. Overlay, and that's a star class. I'm not quite sure what the star class overlay colours mean.
Probably each individual star has a colour. Oh, right, it does show star class. Okay, yeah. So presumably they're the same colours that match up the star class on the galaxy map. Right, so that's all new. Well done, Astrometrics. That was very good. And I think I was using that one. Right, so now we're looking for objects. So we've got points of interest. Right, so that is most westerly point. I didn't realise that was named, but that is good. So I now know what system that is. So I'll put that on my list. That is our current destination. What else do we have? Right, so that's the only point of interest in this sector. Megaships. I wasn't expecting megaships. That's good to be on there. Star carriers. Assuming that means normal fleet carriers. Right, recent carriers. Okay, so there are a few other carriers in the system. That's one I've not seen before. I'll just turn that off. Planetary points of interest. Right, what is that? Glowing green gas giant. That isn't right. So after that, we're going to the fleet carrier, and then we're heading for here. That's quite a long way out of the route, so I'm going to ignore that one. Stellar objects, so no stellar points of interest. Nebula, most of the nebulas are in the centre of the galaxy, so no nebulas. Planetary nebulas, again, there's a lot of those, and most of them are on the centre of the galaxy. Right, so there is one there. I will. That is quite close to the route, so let's get that planetary name. Once I can select it. Right, it's proving really hard to just select that text. Let's have another go. I've got the whole lot. I'll just. I think I've got the whole lot there. I'm not sure if I did or not. No, I didn't. Try again. Right, so yeah, that is a planetary nebula we'll go and look at. Let's turn those off now because they do slow everything down. Planetary nebula. Right, so historical, right, so that's probably not there anymore. Tritium, we're not interested in Tritium, that's sort of fleet carriers, and canyon challenges. So yeah, so that's all there is from that map. Right, let's come back now and look at the codex and see if there's anything in the codex that we haven't seen before. I think I've got most of the major species already. Right, so anemones, again, I'm not that bothered about anemones. I've got loads of those on the last tour of the galaxy. Crystal shards. There's only one kind of crystal shard, and I've got plenty of those so far. Right, so we've seen that recently, and that I believe, and those. Yeah. So just double check that second one there. Arcus. Yeah, so we've seen all of those. Bacterium. I'm not going to go searching for bacteria. Cactoida. So okay, we've just found some of those, and we've found these as well. So nothing new there. Right, so found all of those before. Cactoida. Yep, found all of those. Right, don't find these very often. I think I've only found them when I've actually gone in and looked for them, but I've found both of those before. Right, so oh, that's new. Never seen those before. Right, so where are they? Right, so that will be after the fleet carrier. So we'll copy that name and put that on our list of destinations. Right, so now we have to go back. Right, so that was right. So right, so that was new. Seen those before, and those. Oh, those ones aren't that common. I think I've only found those ones before, and I've only found those a couple of times. But that is definitely new. Right, so it's very hard to tell with Femeralia whether they're new or not, because they all they're all quite small compared to the femerals that they grow on. Right, so found that, and that. Right, that one is not on my list. So let's see where that is. Right, okay, so that is also after the fleet carrier. Right, okay, so that's added to our list of places to go. Right, so we've seen the ball ones. We've just found those on the planet we just come from. Oh, that was in a different sector though, and found those as well. Osseous, so common, found those, found plenty of those, and those. Replica, yeah, found all three of those. I think there are only 3 types of that. Stratum. Right, now that one I haven't found. Not sure if I found any of. Let's have a look. So Stratum. Oh yeah, no, I have found that. Only 2 though. Tubus, right, so Tubus, so we've found right, so we haven't found those before, and Tubus or canvas. Right, so the rose ones we found, but not the other two. Right, so let's see where they are. Right, that is right at the very far edge of the galaxy, or the far edge of the sector. So that will go on the list, but a long way down. Right, so that is on the list. And what about the other ones? Tubus canvas. Right, so let's see where these are. Right, so that is miles out of the way. We're not going to go and see that one. There may be more locations for that though. Yeah, there's a few locations for that. Right, so that is, yeah, so we're going from there to there, and that is quite a long way out of the way as well. Go for the next one down. Third one down, let's see where that one is. That's where the first one was, or the last one. Right, so this is the last chance to find one of these in this sector. And that is relatively close. It's not quite where we want to go, but that will be our new target. Right, okay. Right, okay, so that is only 500 light years away and just 9 jumps, so we should get to there before the end of the stream. Right, so let's see if we've got anything else to go and visit. Right, so yeah, we found that. Let's check. Right, so we haven't actually found that one. The Sponsy and column. Or that one. I haven't found that one. Right, so see where these are. Alright, so that is a bit out of the way. I'm sure I found that one before. Right, that is pretty close to the fleet carrier, I think. So let's put that one on the list just after the fleet carrier. Right, and let's have a look at the last one, which is the tussock. Yeah, found all of those. Right. Right, so tubus. Off to find some tubus.
Frame shift drive
Just
charging.
9 jumps away. Right, I've not been watching chat, so nobody's actually said anything in chat, so that's okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Warning, temperature critical. Frame shift drive charging. Frame shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Warning, temperature critical. Frame shift drive charging.
Cool down a bit.
Frame shift drive charging.
Yeah, so this is something we found in the codex, which means there's a pretty good chance somebody's been there already. Most of the contents of the codex comes from other players, but Frontier did put some content in there to flesh it out when it was first added. So yeah, there's a pretty good chance it's already been visited.
Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Yeah, nothing in that system.
Frame shift drive charging.
So this system's been visited before.
Fuel scoping.
10 bodies.
Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Nothing there.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Right, nothing there.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
Alright, 19 bodies here. Looks like someone's visited it before. Nothing of interest.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so next jump is the system with the tubus.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
so yeah, this system has also been visited as we expected.
Fuel scoping.
29 bodies.
Fuel scoping complete.
Just get a little bit away. Yeah, just get a little bit away from the sun before we start scanning the system, so we don't overheat, and also so that reduce the chances of there being planets the other side of the sun when we're scanning the system. Right, so there is an ammonia world. So nothing there. That's A1. Right, so they're all small planets in the system. Nothing on that one. So the biggest planet in this system is an ammonia world, which is this one by the looks of it. So ammonia worlds are like Venus, very caustic atmospheres. Nothing on there. Which, if you're a Fargoid, is perfect. So no life on anything so far. So we've got binary stars in the system, but they're not binary with the main star. Right, 5 biology. That's a pretty good sign that it's where we're going. And that one's got 3 biology. Right, so let's keep a note of these. So that was 3B. 3B, it's got 3 biology on it. Where was the other one? Oh, that was. Right, so sorry, B3. B3 has got 5 biology. Respective one was B3A. B3A has 3 biology on there, so that's a pretty good chance that it's going to be there. Does mean we're going to be finishing this stream in this system. Right, there's an asteroid field. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Nothing there. Oh, I've got a codex. Got a codex thing pop up for that one, I think. Nothing there. Right, so around the other star. I've got one there, so that is on C6. C6, there's 1 biology. There. So the naming convention is the biggest star in the system is A, and then as they go down, I'm not sure if it's able to go down in size or distance from that star, but they go A, B, C. And the planets coming from those are counted 1, 2, 3. And if they have moons, then the moons go back to A, B, C. Right, so and that's the whole system scanned. Right, okay. Let's see what we're looking at. Right, so we're going to there and there, definitely. Yeah, so these two are orbiting each other, they're quite close to each other. And it looks like this one, yeah, that is the other one that's possibly got life on it. And this one here is possibly the ammonia world. Yeah, so we'll go and scan that one first, because it's closest. Then we'll head to these two, and then we'll go to that one. Yeah, I'm not sure how the stars are numbered, whether it goes by size or distance from the main star. And they're always shown on the star map in order, so I'm presuming it's from the main star distance. I'm not quite sure how to distinguish between stars that are orbiting other stars and stars because sometimes you have a star in the same orbit you'd find a planet in, and you have planets either side of it, but they're generally speaking smaller stars. I'm not sure if they get a star number or a distance from the star, so whether it be an AB or a 1, 2.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Right, so yeah, this system has been visited by at least 2 people in the past. Whether they been here and actually landed on a planet since Odyssey, the chances are, I think Distance World came out before Odyssey. So let's go over to the planet and see. Alright, so somebody's been here. So yeah, this guy scanned it, mapped it, and he's got first footfall. So right, so that is a different person to. So that was Roy. But this was first discovered by Richard. So it seems strange that Richard only scanned half the system. He must have come here with a. I know it could have been more recently, I suppose. He'd come here and just not actually scan the whole system. Yeah, so when I started this tour, it wasn't long after Odyssey came out. So I just did enough stuff in the bubble to get my character, so he's got a decent Artemis suit, or decent all the suits actually, but the Artemis suit is fully engineered with all the upgrades. I was going to get to Elite in the Mercenary rank, but my graphics card and the state of Elite at the time meant I was only getting sort of like 3 or 4 frames a second in combat zones, so I decided to do the trip of the galaxy, which I intended to do after reaching the Mercenary rank, but I pushed that forwards a little bit, so I'm now getting a reasonable frame rate. Yeah, so that's showing 50. If I wasn't streaming, that would probably be more like 100. So yeah, I should be able to get the combat rank now when I get to Colonia, which I'm sure I'm going to have to do some combat to get the to complete the Colonia engineers. Right, so right, so that's 50,000 light seconds. I'm going to put the news on. So I've not listened to the news for probably about a month now. So let's see what's been happening in the Codex news.
Marlinists reject Emperor's offer. A public referendum in the Marlinist colonies has resulted in the majority voting to remain fully independent from the Empire. Emperor Arisa Lavany Duval had proposed to make the colony systems an imperial protectorate in return for Marlinist allegiance to the imperial throne. This would have permitted an autonomous government while creating many civil and military links. First Minister Octavia Volkov announced the referendum's results in the Marlinist parliament. Our people have given us a clear mandate. The colonies stand alone. In accordance with the key principles of Marlinism, we reject monarchy rule in favor of republican governance and direct representation. Most of us are still haunted by the trauma of becoming refugees in 3306, when millions of innocent Marlinists were accused of supporting terrorist acts. We fled from an empire that had become intolerant and abusive. This cannot be so easily forgotten. Nevertheless, we recognize that approximately a quarter of our population voted to accept the Emperor's proposal. The ties to our homelands remain strong, and we still share much culture and history with the Empire. But the will of the masses is evident. I offer my thanks to Her Majesty for extending this offer, and call upon her to recognize and respect the decision of the Marlinist colonies. Taurus Mining Ventures operation concludes. Pilots Federation alert. A corporate initiative to mine and deliver ores to the Sinew CERC-216 system has ended successfully.
So that's the current community
Taurus Mining Ventures had performed scientific research within the system, claiming that the properties of some natural substances had been altered by an unknown type of local radiation. The company's head of research, Dr. Reuben Carpenter, announced, "We now have sufficiently large quantities of coltan, lithium hydroxide and methanol monohydrate crystals mined from locations in Sinew CERC-216. These irradiated ores will be analyzed to determine their potential commercial value. Samples that were provided from other systems will also be very useful in our comparative studies. To all the pilots who assisted in this endeavor, thank you. Your hard work is greatly appreciated. The Heart of Taurus megaship will remain in Sinew CERC-216 for several weeks, and you may collect your rewards from there." Taurus Mining Ventures confirmed that studies to identify the source, effects, and application of the local radiation are continuing. The scientific journal The Empirical has reiterated that these atypical radioactive signatures have not been independently verified. Marlinists hold public referendum. The population of the Marlinist colonies will vote to accept or decline the offer to become an imperial protectorate. Emperor Arisa Lavany Duval's proposal aims to build links between the independent colony systems and the Empire, from where the Marlinists originally fled as political refugees in 3306. The Marlin Standard ran an editorial summarizing the situation. Should the Marlinist colonies remain an isolated republican society, or should we move beneath the Empire's protective wing? It's a question that most of us never expected to be asked. Many expressed fierce anger that Emperor Arisa has dared to ask for our allegiance. In her desperation to hunt down the NMLA, she persecuted all believers in Marlinism, arresting thousands and displacing millions of her own citizens. Can we now trust her to welcome us back? Others are concerned that the Marlinist colonies remain vulnerable, claiming that becoming a satellite nation of the Empire would provide military defenses as well as economic boosts. And for those still holding on to their past lives, the attraction of reconnecting with friends and family in the Empire is strong. Whatever the outcome, First Minister Octavia Volkov's swift decision to put this issue to a referendum is a splendid example of Marlinism in action. Votes are already being cast, and the result will be revealed at the end of this week. Hudson contravention vote is suspended. Federal Congress has temporarily postponed making a decision on whether to extend presidential term limits. President Zachary Hudson had proposed to repeal the 77th Amendment of the Federal Accord, which specifies that a president can serve for a maximum of 8 years. If approved, Hudson would become eligible for re-election in June 3309. A statement was delivered by President Hudson. I have agreed that more time is needed to analyze the potential repercussions of this change to the Federation's constitution. A congressional subcommittee will perform a detailed inquiry to investigate the civil and legal aspects. Riot system remains allied. Pilots Federation alert. The Riot Pro-Alliance League's success over the Riot Mining Coalition means the system will stay in the Alliance. A greater quantity of advanced medicines, skimmer components and building fabricators were delivered to the Truvirites megaship than to the opposing faction. As a result, Riot will remain an allied system. Pilots who contributed to the Riot Pro-Alliance League's initiative can now collect their rewards at the Truvirites, along with the additional pre-engineered heatsink modules provided by Sirius Corporation. Chief Administrator Louisa LeBlanc proclaimed, "I am deeply grateful to all those who helped convince our people that Riot's future is more secure with the Alliance. We look forward to working alongside Sirius Corporation on increasing defenses against the Thargoids." The Riot Mining Coalition
So there
CEO
were
Fergus
some
Cassidy expressed his
customised
regret
heatsink
at their
modules
campaign
there.
to renounce membership
I
of the
wonder
Alliance failed to
how-
gather the necessary support.
How they
He thanked
have
those
been
who supported them
customised.
and confirmed
They
that credit
normally have
rewards for
dual
contributing pilots are
engineering
now
on them.
available at Davis High Starport. Taurus Mining Ventures calls for support.
That'd be very
Pilots
useful for
Federation
fighting
alert.
Thargoids. If
Taurus
they're
Mining
better.
Ventures has requested help with a mining and delivery operation in the Sinuov CERC-216 system. In recent weeks, the Mining Corporation has performed research on what it claims are atypical radiation signatures detected within Sinuov CERC-216. It now seeks shipments of the system's native
Right,
ores to
let's see
explore
what we have
commercially
on this
valuable
planet.
applications of any molecular changes caused by this radiation. Dr. Reuben Carpenter, head of the company's research division, outlined the initiative. "I'm very excited to offer pilots this opportunity to support our scientific studies, which will hopefully prove lucrative for all involved. We require coltan, lithium hydroxide and methanol monohydrate crystal to be mined from locations within Sinuov CERC-216 and delivered to the heart of Taurus megaship.
So this
We will
had
also pay for
six
shipments
forms
of the
of life
same
on it, or
ores that
5
have
forms
been
of life on
mined
it.
from other systems.
So
These will allow us to compare
pretty good chance
samples
that the
in
Tubus is
order to refine
on
our
here.
commercial processes. Taurus Mining Ventures is
Surface scan by 50%.
Turn
members
those
of
off.
close association with the anonymous anti-Xeno special.
Right, so what do we have? We have Fungoida, Stratum, Fratux, I still don't know how to pronounce Frutuxa, and Tussock. Right, so no Tubus here. So let's go through. So we don't want the bacterium. All right, so let's see if we can find the fungoida. Looks like there's none on this side. Oh, there's a very small speck. Very small speck there. Slow down a bit to line up with that. We're going a bit too fast at the moment. That's more like it. Right.
Orbital flight engaged.
So that looks like what, can't remember what it is we're after. It's fungoida. Right, so as usual, fungoid's in a hard to get to location. And this time it's in a valley, so it must like cold. So there's a plateau there, high density plateau.
very deep valleys there, so I don't want to be falling off the edge. We've got a pretty low G planet, 1.9 G.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, okay, it's a little bit bumpier here than I expected. Somewhere to land. There we go, that looks big enough and smooth. Yeah, that improvement they did in update 10 where you can actually see the blue spot when it's hidden by the ship, was a big improvement there. Right, let's get the SRV out and go and look for some fungoida.
Low gravity warning.
Right, don't know what kind of fungoida it's going to be. Chances are it's going to be the same as the last, so only the big stuff. Alright, that could be some down there. Right, so we've just gone over some grass, so the grass is not hard to find. That looks like the fungoida. Now I'd love to know why when you turn your lights on, everything goes dark. But it's on colour. I'm going for oh, it's green. Alright, okay. Not had green before, I don't think. I guess I have. I was going to go for mulberry. It's really hard to tell though. Right, so green. There are some minerals back there. I need a couple. I'm not that desperate, but let's see what we've got. Sulfur, yeah, I refueled in the last
Cargo scoop
planet.
deployed.
That uses sulfur. And what else they got? Nickel. And quite low on nickel. Nickel, you need a lot of nickel to build carbon. I need a bit of carbon. You need a lot of nickel to build limpets. Right. So that was everything from here. Yeah. There. Phosphorus, yeah, phosphorus is also used for refueling. carbon. And the rest is iron. I think we need iron too. So not absolutely desperate, but it's better to have it than not. Right, okay. Just know there are big cliffs around here that I don't want to fall off. Turn night vision on will help find the plants. Right, that looks like some over there. Oh, two lots actually, so there's some further up the hill as well. So I'll just point in the direction of the other bunch. Loads and loads, and I've got to be at least 300 meters away. Oh, insufficient genetic diversity. Let's go a little bit further away. Yeah, there we go. Just within the 300 meters. All right, so let's go and find some grass now. It's got a lot brighter. Can we see a sun? It's up there. Right, so it's not gone that much higher since we arrived. Unless we're spinning around really, really quickly. Right, so now we're looking for grass. Grass to show up on the night vision. It's quite hard to see it against this bumpy landscape. Right, that's some there, I think. Is it grass or shrubs? Alright, It's Metallicum grey, so it's a shrub. Metallicum grey. Yeah, found 5 of those before. I've even got the price on those ones, so they are worth 100,000 credits. So the data for that is about the same price as a stock Sidewinder. That's a little bit ridiculous, but okay. But you have to make them that worth that much to make it worth while I go and find them. I think there's some more there. Yeah. Right, so these only have to go 150 meters between these. Right, I've not taken a screenshot of this planet yet. Let's get the SRV in the shrubs. No, forget about trying to keep the ship in the background. Let's just go in a bit closer. We'll go around here actually and get more shrubs in. Yeah. Right, okay. That's a screenshot. Just save that. Alright, what's the name of the planet we're on? Right, I'll go scan one of those. Yeah, so I'll scan one more of these, then go back to the ship, and then I'm going to call that a day. Been streaming for nearly 2.5 hours now. And there's a Grand Prix to go and watch. Turn that on. There we go, there's... I think that's back. There's more fungoids actually up there. I think we've got some grass down here. I know that's fungoids as well. Something in front. in the middle. Right, that should be complete. Yep. Right, okay. Right, so that is 2 of the 5 species covered. Doesn't look like we're going to see the tubus in today's stream, so I'm just going to head back to the ship. I'm going to call it a day, and I'll continue scanning these planets later. I will be posting the screenshots that I scan online, so if you look at the About section in Twitch, you will see a link to the Galaxy Grand Tour map, and that will have all the screenshots. I'm not added any for a bit, but that will have all the screenshots added eventually. Right, so that's it for today's stream. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you had a good time. I'll probably be back again on Wednesday, so that'll be around 6 or 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So I'll see you then. So goodbye for now.